Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Damn. World. What's business is
They
business.
battle.
Welcome.
The foul
Welcome.
demon Jin greeted her instead. Jin rose and lunged for him, and they waged battle.
Welcome, everyone. Hello. Sheriff Ram, thank you for this gigantic neural
Mashed
feast.
potatoes Alfredo.
That ham yogurt. That was a little gross, huh? Pull power down. Sheriff Ram, thank you for, hold on. Ultimo, thank you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 71 bitses. All of that neural food. Sheriff Ram, thank you for 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 neural foods.
Spaghetti pot pie.
Whoa! Look at that! And Ultimo, thank you for 2 more. 7 in total. I changed something about the neural food generation
Peach kebab.
that should make it better. It should actually make it look more integrated. It should make it so that the resulting thing is a better representation of the
Nachos covered in gravy.
yeah, like
Yay.
that. It should look better. Who's all here? Stomp Tay, welcome. Sheriff Ram, of course. Ultimo, of course. Madagon, Sam Haines, Scrooge McDuck's Money Bin. Welcome, welcome. Power Down, welcome. Crushing Ceiling. DJ Bacon Blade. Stomp Tay, thank you for the follow. Roast beef covered in mayonnaise. That's... DJ Bacon Blade, Noman. Welcome, everybody. Have you been enjoying the horrors?
Egg in a can.
Why are you begging me here? Let's give you a timeout for being weird. Sheriff Ram, thank you for another 80 bits.
Orange mashed potatoes.
There they are. They're all... Oh, there's little oranges on top, too. Oh, nice. Let's run fuck.bat. All right. I missed some of the earlier ones. Yeah. Mashed potatoes with a hint of citrus. Where'd I put this? Brain Lord. I missed a couple at the
Milk
beginning.
sundae.
Oh, Milk Sunday. I don't know how that works. Thank you, Remy LaFood. 100 bits. Let me, where do we start? I think we saw that before? No, the apple... Okay, that's mashed potatoes poutine. I'm not sure if we saw this sandwich. We've got more to do, and I have a window capture that makes this a little easier now. This one? Yeah, this one. This one. So we can do this a little easier. Here's some kind of sandwich that I think I missed at the beginning. I don't remember what this was. Cottage cheese fried rice? Some kind of roast beef with cheese? Pumpkin spice chips? Pickles? I don't know what that is. Pickles something, I reckon. Bird people race. Interesting. Apple. Pancakes nachos. Donut something or something donut, but I don't know what. Croquembouche? Donut croquembouche? No idea. spaghetti. But spaghetti what? Egg cookies. Interesting. I wonder where they have stars on them. Barbecue ribs lasagna? Peanut butter something. Cottage cheese lasagna? Cottage cheese mashed potatoes? We can find out. We can find out. How do we do this? I really would. Does anyone know how to make something like a proper shell extension? This is ribs jello. Ribs jello. What is this? What made this tiny spaghetti? Cheese spaghetti. I see. This is cottage cheese covered in mayonnaise. This is some kind of tiramisu. Salad tiramisu? This one we saw, or I saw, oatmeal fried rice, pumpkin spice potatoes. This one got me. This one got me real fucking good. Ham yogurt. Ham yogurt got me real fucking good. Or bad, as the case may be. Like... It's just, there's so much going on here. Yeah, the garnish. Ham yogurt. Ham yogurt. Sandwich, some kind of potatoes. I forget what that one was. This, mashed potato Alfredo. Spaghetti pot pie turned out really funny, except for the fucking tomato rings somehow. Peach kebab. Nachos covered in gravy. Roast beef covered in mayonnaise. Egg in a can. Egg in a can turned out great. Orange mashed potatoes. So, I changed... It was inserting a Terminator character between the two halves of the food. Hold on a second. Did I think that was like, yeah, like a little string. Yeah, a little ribbon or string of some kind. I just thought of something that I can safely add here. Food 1. If it's not already in here. Yeah. Pepperoni and salami. Those should both be regular thing. And do we have pizza in here? We do have pizza in here. Is pizza in here twice? Yes. Okay, good. I realized I should have put pepperoni in there. Hayes Maker, how's it going? Ultimo, thank you for this 140, 213.
French fries potatoes.
Thank you for the 571 bitses.
Roast turkey nachos.
Oh, peach pizza. Meat
Taco
soup.
tiramisu.
Oh, these sound good. Yeah, okay. Roast turkey. Meat soup, yes! With, like, scrolls of parchment in it for some reason. Oh, tortilla on top! Oh, cheesy is good. Cheesy... I don't think cheesy peas is possible, but I'm going to add cheesy and peas. Oh, I could add peas to 1 as well, right? Because if peas are in 1, you can get, like, peas covered in mayonnaise. Peas with cheese. Anyway. But yeah, that'll be a possibility now. That'll be a possibility now. Chat, are you ready for games? I'm ready for games. Yeah, oh yeah, it'll have a chance to roll peas. Oh, but you know what? You know what? Wait, hold on. I need Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom. You know what I do need to add? Porridge. I don't think I added porridge. The food 2. We only want it in 2. Porridge. Okay. Game. Go game. Go. There we go. Are you ready, chat? Are you ready for Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom? Oh, good. I love that psionics was invented because some people thought Fancy and Magic was stupid, and so to balance it out, they put it as a separate optional system and made it as complicated as possible, probably to sabotage its success.
I think I'm being followed. What could they want from me?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that that screwed people over with a lot of the a lot of newer systems that used similar stuff is that people got used to those codes, and no game could create new codes after Bard's Tale, basically. So then Might and Magic did something a little similar, which was just a chart. And then after that, it had to be lists of spells or iconographic. Anyway. Let's get started. This game has a fantastic opening theme. I think they're just checksums, right? They delete your save if it doesn't pass the checksum. Okay, so I'm going to start the timer up. Now that we have Ren and Meow in the party, we are going to go into this cave, and we're going to fight the enemies in this cave for a while. No, just a robot girl with an orb in her chest. And this is why we're fighting here, because we can get relatively large amounts of money compared to other areas of the game for very low risk. How much money do we need? You might ask. A lot. A lot. We need a lot. How much do we have? Not a lot. Where does it tell me? We have 2,917. I think we need 40,000 to do what I plan on doing. So that's only like between 1,000 and 2,000 battles, depending on which encounters we get. Not that bad, right? Surely it's not that bad. But what's our rate of encounters? How many minutes or hours is that going to be? That's nice for Mavian. I love that emote. That is one of my favorite emotes. Like, emote replacements. Which one does it replace? Yeah. Anyway, the good news is that, like, these encounters are super safe and super easy. So we can, like, stick around here with very little risk for, like, a long time. And when we do start to get a little low on health, Meow basically has a full heal at this point. So the other thing is, it's my understanding, if anybody's a Phantasy Star 3 Lord and knows differently, please let me know. But it's my understanding that you can give a bunch of items to your cyborgs, and then your cyborgs will have them in the next generation and can give them back to your descendants. So my goal here is... My goal here is to get some ridiculous equipment and then transfer it forward with the cyborgs so we don't have to worry about the, like, doing a difficult, obnoxious grind at the beginning of each subsequent generation. We can do one safe, time-consuming grind here and then just kind of blow through the rest of it. Since we're going to be doing a save backup, at the end of Gen 1, we'll be able to then carry that forward to not just Generation 2 and both Generations 3 from there, but to a second Generation 2 and the third and fourth Generations 3. So we'll be getting 6 generations worth of value out of this one set of grinding. That's my theory. We're doing all the endings. You got to do all the endings to understand the story. A lot of people go like, I've seen this in action. People go, "Oh yeah, Phantasy Star 3 isn't really related to the others. You can just skip it." I'm creating generational wealth. That's exactly it, Mr. Radon. Hello. But a lot of people go, "Oh, Phantasy Star 3 isn't really related to the others. It's not really, it doesn't really, you can just skip it." And it's like, no, actually, like, Phantasy Star 3 is bare bones, but from a plot perspective, it really does tie into, the other games, like, pretty severely, actually. Do you need to play it? No, but it fills out a lot of the backstory and a lot of, like, why are things the way that they are? But then also, like, the Phantasy Star games take place 1,000 years apart. You don't need to play them in any specific order. I like the music in this. I think it's quite good. The opening theme. The opening theme is like an all-time, like, it's rare for video games, especially prior to like the CD era. It's rare for games to produce a truly great melancholy song. And I think this does a great job of that. Like the main theme. This game, the music in this game is interesting because it's like, it is a lot more like this cave music is very moody. Yeah. Yeah, with the farming, it's 5,000 years difference. Now I have to imagine that the vinyl is just one loop of each song. Locked grooves. That's really good. That's really good. Wait, what if it only has one locked groove, but it's this track? At the end of each side, this track plays, but it's a locked groove. Oh, I didn't hit the thing for this. I gotta do that. That's I gotta put that on my development list. I want the library to control this thing. Or sorry, I want Alexandria to control this so that I don't have to worry about running the WinLurk service on my local machine, and I can just have it send a remote call. I think I've got it set up. I just need to like copy the remote files over and then modify my OBS script. Modify my OBS script to This is a really early occurrence of dynamic music, right? And the idea of it is good, but the way it's implemented produces a substandard result. I don't know when Fire Emblem did it. I know this is before the other example of dynamic music that I'm aware of, which is X-Wing. Did Wing Commander didn't do dynamic music, did it? It just had like state-based music, like exploration, combat end. You know what else has really good melancholy music, but also, again, frustratingly little of it is Master of Monsters. Master of Monsters has some really nice tracks in terms of like shields down and victories that give you more intense triumphant music. In Wing Commander. Okay. I knew it did that in X-Wing, but I wasn't sure about Wing Commander. Fuck. No, I screwed up. Time to go back. No, I think Space Invaders is a bit different in that regard. Right? It's not exactly, number one, it's not exactly music, and the dynamicity of it is like linear single metric. Where's the healing house? What's it look like? Healing house is the... No, that's the... I'm confused now. Is this the inn or the... No, this is this place. Got it. It's the straight edge building. But yeah, it's an interesting topic, right? Like... Hey, we got like 1,000 gold already. Okay. Funny joke. Calling all of the, calling the currency in Souls games dollars. Funnier joke. Calling the currency in every other game Souls. Wait, what? Which one is the inn? Is it the... this thing? I think so. Be careful out there. Also, at some point, we might level up enough that we can safely do the grind in, like, the desert area. But I don't know if the desert area is that much more profitable to make it worth the, like, time investment for how long the battles will take. Daisy Jones. Yeah, these guys are doing 0 damage now. So, like, this is almost perfectly safe. If only I had speed up. Oh, well. Is there a resource? I don't think the hint book has this, but is there a resource that shows, like, encounter zones and enemy rewards? If I can see how much Meseta each enemy drops, I might be able to find a better source for faster money. Given that I'm doing it this way, I don't care particularly about spoilers or assistance anybody has a resource that says how much each enemy drops. Look at hugejohnson.com. Location. Yeah, and like ooze isn't available where we are. Nail and flail we can get to, but they only drop 7 and 17 to Maseda. Buzzgull and Lashgull. But they only drop 8 and 15. These guys drop 4 and 8 and occur in larger amounts. Clump, maybe. Shurikens for AoE. I don't think I have access to shurikens for AoE, do I? I think 7th Saga is number one, I think 7th Saga is actually a better game than this. But 7th Saga is 7th Saga is hindered by certain specific mechanics that make it like a real pain in the ass. I don't think we can get Erisa to spawn. Moose. Sure. Lobo Wing. 24? 24 for Lobo Wing. That might not be too bad. 'Cause I know we can get Lobo Wing pretty easily. What else is in that cavern? Grinder is only 1 Maseda. Clops is 40 Maseda. Giant is 16 Maseda. I don't think we're gonna hit Lasher. None of the whip dudes. No, not Goatman. We're not gonna get Watcher. Yeah, so I think Lobo Wing is like literally the best thing we have access to right now. At 24 Maseda, which is 3 of these dudes. Right? This doesn't include everything, though, right? This is missing a bunch of shit, isn't it? Or is this just, like, for part of the walkthrough? Because it's missing all the, like, robotic enemies. Oh, Needler. Okay, yeah. We're saving up to get Needlers. I didn't know they had area of effects. Oh, enemies robots. Okay. And then some of the robots are going to be in the tower, right? Because yeah, like, isn't Blotter? I thought I ran into Blotter. in the weather control place. I ran into something in the weather control place that fucked my shit up. Maybe I didn't. Enemies. Monster page, cyborg and robot page, boss page. Okay. I guess not. I should... Nah, she's fine. She's got 51 health still. Okay, so robots... No, they don't. Only some of them do. So my goal is to get the Royal Needlers because they bypass defense, supposedly, and they are usable by every... They should be usable by every subsequent generation. And their attack power is, like, quite a bit better than most of the stuff I can get until, like, towards the end of Generation 2. So they should serve quite well for a long time. Let me see if it's kind of a hike to that cave. Let's see if we get higher returns for time spent in the cave versus in here. Because if we can fight Lobo Wing appears to be the highest Meseta output on this, other than Clump, but Clump is in that passage, is in that weather control, which is really fucking hard to deal with. I got fucked up when I went in there before. Because I haven't been upgrading, right? I've just been saving money to get the later stuff. Because we want to get what? There's like Force Boots, Royal Vest, 2 Royal Needlers, and 1 other weapon type, right? Shit, I should have just gone to the inn. I should have had her cast Anti and then go to the inn, but I guess I can just... Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Might be a helmet? Yeah. But, like, there's a couple of items in Aridia, and there's, like, one item... Maybe it's here. Somewhere. Force Slasher is the other thing that we want to, like, have on hand to carry forward. Yeah, see, we got another, like... 600 Meseta from that already. So it's not super slow. I mean, it is super slow, but it's not obscenely slow like if you grind for the ceramic sword at the beginning of Phantasy Star 1, which is something that I do. Although I changed tack recently. Now, my Phantasy Star 1 start is grind 300 Meseta, get the road pass, get the passport, get Meow, get Odin, and then immediately grind, like, Scorpions and Swarms for enough money to get Odin the heat gun. Or the needle gun? The first gun. Get Odin the first gun, and then roll the dice on fucking Man-Bat encounters. Man-Bat encounters. Because you can beat them, and they're worth, like, resetting a bunch of times to do the few encounters that you can beat, because they're so much faster. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got 2... nails at 7 each, so that's 14 plus Lobo Wing at 24. which is 38 Meseta. It's not really any better, except we get more experience for it. Meow and Ren carry their experience forward, right? So having mega-powered cyborgs will make both the bosses easier and give me a better start for the next generation. Good question. Good question, Arc Nova. Good question. That's as far as I'm going with it. Hey, Shirolol. I like this game. I think that this game is... I wish that Sega would take this game and just completely remake it as, like, either in its original form or just, like, as a full-budget production. Because the game itself, the ideas the game has are great. I think it's a really cool idea for a game. But the team that made it was inexperienced in this type of game and rushed. And they had a really strict budget of both, like, cart space and monetary budget, right? So they were doomed from the start, right? They were doomed from the start, and, like, it kind of shows that, like, this game has potential. There's nothing wrong with, like, the basic ideas that this game has. It's just enemies have 2 frames of animation, right? The music system is half-baked. The, you know, there's all these things that make it, like, below the quality standards that the series had set so far. And it's like, if this game were... If this game were made, again, with a full budget and, like, enough time and care put into its like, its creation, like, man, this game could be so good, right? Now, I say that, but what I also wouldn't want is, like, 20 hours of anime dialogue of, like, oh, I'm so glad you rescued me from the beach. I don't know what my life would be like if blah, 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 blah. Don't remake it to modern expectations for JRPGs. It needs something, but just not like 25 hours of teen dialogue. God, yeah, absolute Monkey Paw remake. It's true. Golden Sun Syndrome. I was reading the Let's Play of that was on LP Archive. Like, what does this look like when we do this encounter? 32. It's about the same. It's about the same, but it's riskier and more annoying. We're gonna go try the weather control place. We're gonna go try the weather control place. We'll go save in Iridia first, though. But yeah, I like this game. I can see past its faults and enjoy the potential that it represents, right? Ooh, 60 from the Lash Gulls. I can't, like, go further east and, like, hit an encounter zone that I'm not supposed to, can I? Because we're in, what, Aquatica?
Oh no.
Hey, Dino. You know, I was saying earlier... No, I think this is Aquatica. Right? I thought? Because Frigidia is, like, later. This is Aquatica, but the weather control is fucked up. So it's frozen over. I was saying earlier that this game has some examples of, like, really nice melancholy music that that later game, like, is rare in games. It's rare for games to have, like, really solid, powerful, melancholy music because they often, like, in chiptune era, go for, like, music that's, like, too active, right? They want to have every track a banger. And in the later eras, it tended to lean towards orchestral stuff. And, like, orchestral music can be good, right? But one of the problems, I think, is that game music especially tends to have very little notable orchestral music. Yeah, I get what you mean, Noru. Also, hello, Noru. Welcome. I think part of it is, right, like, I think this is something that, yeah, Sword of Vermilion does a good job as well. I wonder, these don't share composers, do they? But, I think Bethesda actually does a pretty good job most of the time of making orchestral music something that you, like, something that you can, like, kind of hum along with, I guess, you know? Something that'll pop into your head later. And that's difficult for orchestral stuff. That's, what's his name? Jeremy Soule? Wait, who got... Damn it. Wasted. Right, but as rare as good melancholy music is to the 8 and 16-bit era, good, like, melodic earworms are equally rare in the orchestral era. Absolute fuckers. We'll worry about curing poison when we get to the city. I might have missed it. It's another problem with these games is that, like, they have these gigantic empty worlds. Ah, okay. Save the game here. We're already at 5,000. When we get the first 20,000, I think it's gonna help a lot. Because we'll be able to kill faster, and we'll be able to kill more difficult enemies faster. Right, because we can get the $20,000 Royal Needler. Yeah, that's it, right? Orchestral music can be great. It's just not catchy. Catchy tunes and great orchestral music are hard to combine. Right, so we gotta go east and a bit south. We're getting similar money here. Yeah, like Oblivion and Skyrim are great examples of that, right? Good catchy tunes, but also like they feel epic and big like a good orchestral thing should, right? Shit, where the fuck am I? I thought this is where it... Hold on a second. Wait. It's 3. Yeah, it should be straight up from here. Although the fucking... This is Iridia. This is Iridia. So it should be up here somewhere. But yeah, there's basically like, we know of 3 areas so far. We are aware of these 3. And there are... In total, there are 7 spheres and 2 moons. Wait. As far as I understand, needlers are one-handed, can be dual-wielded, and they ignore armor, like guns. This is my understanding. We'll find out when we get one. Maybe they suck. Where the fuck is the weather station? The other problem is that none of the maps for this game that were ever published officially are, like, at all accurate. So finding stuff is wandering around in a field being like, where the fuck is it? Because they're also featureless, right? And the encounters happen constantly, so it's like,
I think I'm being followed.
it's tough. Darth Ravenwolf, thank you for the follow. Also, this mechanic sucks. Percent chance to cure poison. Curing poison. Curing poison costs as much as healing everyone. Maybe I can use this cave. What's in this cave? Maybe we can't get into this cave. Does I like it? I think it's a good game if you're able to get past the, like, idiosyncrasies. Are you saying you're rewriting 5 megabytes 20 times a second for an hour? Or you're reading it 20 times a second after rewriting it once? Well, what does that work out to? It's just like... That's just like 1 tera or something? It's not that bad compared to write endurance. I mean, check your drive's write endurance. There's your answer. Alright, let's give this a try. I found it now. Oh, that's the exit. Yeah, I think this game has a lot of potential. I think it's a fun game. You just have to, like, you have to accept this game's limitations. Okay, good. I don't care about your Zan. Hey, Nikita Lobo. I didn't get to see how much fucking... God damn it. I didn't get to see what the reward for that encounter was. Okay, it's east of this thing. We gotta go back to town. We're gonna do this in a smart way. We're gonna go straight west until we hit the river. And then we're gonna go straight north until we hit the other thing. Which should give me an idea of vertically where I need to be. Right at the bend. Okay, right at the bend. Straight down to the bend, straight east to the weather station. But yeah, this game suffers because, like, you have to approach this like a text adventure, right? You have to go, okay. I have to use my imagination. I have to imagine that this is a desert town and that, like, it's all, like, messed up compared to the frozen town in the other place and compared to the, compared to the lush, verdant other one, right? This is not grass. This is just green sand. You must imagine. How much do antidotes cost? Yes, this game was developed in half the time of Phantasy Star 2. It occupies the same size. Each node is 10. Yeah, fine. It was developed in half the time as 2 by a team that had not developed an RPG before. And as far as I know, most of the team was, like, also inexperienced in game development in general. And as a result, it's like, this is a good way to explain this. This game, which has 9 worlds to visit, this game has 9 worlds to visit, 3 generations of characters, and oh, good. That's good being you. And with all of that stuff, it is only 50% larger in ROM size than Phantasy Star 1, which is an 8-bit game on the Master System. So, this game is only 50% larger despite being on a 16-bit console 3 years later. 3 years later? And, like, it shows, you know? Okay, 58 Meseta. This is more lucrative, but it's also more dangerous, so there's going to be more, like, going back. Oops. Well, that works out. Kind of. 72 Maseda. Yeah, this is better. Money. I mean, look. Sega has never been the smartest business people. Right? They've never been really good at business. Oh. Sounds good. Yeah, it's an interesting take. I don't like how they did the take on Magic though. I think it makes Magic irritating and pointless. Hop Liz in your area. Yeah, there's cool sprites. I just wish they would fucking animate them. You know? None of the techniques and stuff in this are balanced, is the other problem. So, like, you almost never want to use techniques. There's a point... The pointless spell has been in since 2, right? Oops. It's okay. I think we're fine to finish this. Yeah. And then we'll deal with healing after the fact. 134. Yeah, this is better. It's more dangerous because I haven't bothered to buy any armor, but this is probably better. Because some of the battles are like, what, 4 battles? 5 battles at the other cave. I don't. Have you seen it? Have you seen the parallax? It's nauseating. Somebody at Sega of America was probably like, this is nauseating. Remove that. You attack back guy. That'll work. Yeah, okay. The Hopliz are the... the Hopliz are the hot shit here. I think there's a difference, right? The difference is that Phantasy Star 1 animated their sprites 3 years prior, right? And Phantasy Star 2 animated enemy sprites and character sprites. And Final Fantasy 2 would have been out by this point. Final Fantasy 4, right? Would have been out by this point, and that had on-screen animated character sprites. So did Final Fantasy 1, for that matter. So, like... All right, look at the green slime. You want to sell somebody on Phantasy Star 1? Is it the ears? Is it the ears? I can't wiggle my ears far enough to make it visible on camera. Which one are you thinking of? Okay. 10 Masada. Good battle. Good battle. What do they do? We've encountered Clops before, but I forget what their animation is. We go back. Yeah, oh yeah. They do the Super Macho Man or whatever. Please ever. One chirper. Good use of time. It's faster. It's getting us more experience. There isn't a, this website doesn't have a, this Huge Johnson website doesn't have like a, it does have a weapons and armor section. We want... What do we have right now? Steel Claw? I don't think we can get the Laser Claw yet. Hunting Shot, Escapipe, Hunting Claw. We don't have the Steel Claw. What's the... What's this? Attack, defense, and speed. The Royal Needler is 44 attack. Each. which is going to be better than everything up to laser knife. But supposedly it pierces defense as well.
Salami Jello.
It's your boy Jay, thank you for the 71 bits. You got a new one. You got a new one. Ricel Armor Shop. Oops, did I just unequip her? Hunting vest. Oh, we already got the force boot. The force boot was only 400. Okay. All except Ren. So we could get more force boots, huh? But did I try to run by accident? I don't know. There's not very much information about Needlers anywhere. But, like, the difference in power between the Laser Needler, which is 1500, and the Royal Needler is more than double. It's 120% more. Nine, Maseta, good. So I guess we just farm here until we get enough for one. I know, right? Don't you think so? Hey, Darkmax. Clump. Wish they would stop using fucking Zan. Hey, Blow Fire Throat Totem. I thought Black Sheep had some funny moments, but, like, I don't know. I think overall it's certainly not his strongest movie. Not the strongest movie of that comedy team. Macross JS, thank you for the 301 bits. Oh, we're grinding, Atomic Dragons. Boy, are we grinding. Would you like to know what our goal is? We need 20,000 Maseta to get one Royal Needler.
Humble Royal Richard Royal Needle Royal Needle Royal Don. Oh, Royal Needle Royal and said Royal Needle 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 Royal Insider Royal Needle Red Royal Needle Royal Needle Royal, Needle Royal, Needle Royal, Needle Royal, Royal, Needle Royal, Needle.
Thank you, Macross. Needler. I think it's just because he's mumbling. It's fine. And like they didn't even move it that far away in the alphabet, you know? They like kept it within a few letter positions. Enemies in this game are barely animated. That's one of the drawbacks of this game. That's one of the things about this game that I find really weird is that like everybody says, "Oh, it's the black sheep of the family," and it's like the only thing that's really different about Phantasy Star 3 in the big picture compared to Phantasy Star 1 and 2 and 4 is that it's cheaply made. That's the only difference, right? This is just it's just cheaply made compared to the others. But it's the same, right? It's the same style of game. It's the same or similar type of story. It's not very much different. It's just cheaply made, right? This is the budget title in the series. More so than like some weird black sheep that's totally different. That would in fact be the like the text adventure shit. The adventure games are fucking like. Well, no, BNU, if you're gonna do it that way, right? Phantasy Star -1 should be even better than Phantasy Star 1. Phantasy Star -2 should be even better than that. Right? Oh, is there already a Phantasy Star 0? Here's the weird thing, Blowfire Throat Totem. The weird thing is that, like... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. It's okay, though. I think it'll work out. Yeah. I don't agree that this game... Is it a direct sequel? No, but then neither are any of the other games. But also, this does give tremendous context on, like, how Phantasy Star 2 ended up how it did, right? How the plot of Phantasy Star 2 came about. So this does have direct connections, and important ones. It's just, you know... They're not... You have to win the game 4 times to understand why. And I think not a lot of people did. I think not a lot of people know the total plot of this game. Yeah, that's absolutely true, right? And I think the reason that 4 is the way that it is that they
Cream of
realized
mushroom
that.
in a bucket.
There it is, cream of mushroom in a bucket. I mean, you don't have to go to lore discussions. It's right there, front and center. When you win the game, they're like, here's the thing that you're doing. Here's the thing that happens. Is there a fucking poison cure nurse in this town? Chat, how much cream of mushroom could you eat if rewarded on a volume basis? No. So here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. It's one sitting. One sitting, as much cream of mushroom as you can handle. No barfing. Let me rephrase that. Expectoration is allowed, but you can't, like, get up and go somewhere else to do it. Right? One sitting. If you get up away from the table, challenge over, you get paid as much as the amount that you consumed, regardless of whether it came out some other way. So, assume that the value calculation approaches infinity as you approach your limit. Right? So, for example, right? If someone were to offer me $1 million per tablespoon to eat cream of mushroom soup, I would eat several tablespoons, or a cup of it, or a big bowl of it. And then I'd be like, that was delicious. I'm done. I don't need to make myself sick for even more money. Right? But if it was like $100 a tablespoon, I'd be thinking like, I could handle a significantly uncomfortable volume of cream of mushroom soup for $100 a tablespoon. Right, and so that's the question, right? Is like, number one, how sick are you willing to get, and how long would it take you to be sick enough to be willing to stop? Assuming that the value increases as you go. Right, yeah, like $100 a tablespoon, gallon, easy, right? Yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, you can have any sides you want. You just can't leave. Once you leave, it's done, right? Once you leave, the challenge is over, and you get paid however much consumption you performed. Not based on how much you kept down or anything like that. You don't have to keep eating your own vomit. No, that's gross. But like, you know, you'd still have the consequences, right? And it's like, make the assumption that you would have life-changing money at the end of it if you went way too far. Yeah, a life-changing amount of cream of mushroom soup. That's why I say, like, the amount of money scales up, but, like, how much cream of mushroom soup could you stand? I know some people would be like, I can't do it, I'm allergic and I would die. So it's like, okay, yeah, that is an amount. That is a that defines a value proposition. Yeah, basically Atomic Dragons. No. It's how much you consume, right? So it's like some people would just I believe, right? I believe that some people would be like, I detest cream of mushroom soup, and the thought of doing it makes me so physically ill that, like, the thought of doing it makes me so physically ill that I wouldn't do it for large amounts of money. Yeah. Yeah, same. Like, think of it this way, right? If I got enough money to buy a house in Los Angeles as a result of, like, eating cream of mushroom soup until I was not conscious, fucking sign me up. Right? One sitting, and then one and done. But, you know, that's not on offer anywhere. Right. That's a good point, right? Most day jobs are worse. The California soup magnate. Not something you need to worry about. Oh, we know liters. That's one medium-sized soda bottle here. At $100 a tablespoon, you need to eat 39 gallons of cream of mushroom soup for $1 million. How much would you get from eating a gallon? How many tablespoons in a gallon? $256. So it'd be $25,000 to eat a gallon of cream of mushroom soup at $100 a tablespoon. $25,000 per gallon. How much cream of mushroom soup are you eating, chat? 25,000. No, wait. Did I do that right? Yeah, $25,000 a gallon. How many gallons of cream of mushroom soup are you eating, chat? Yeah. Hey, I fight for them. Yes, this is a Sega game. Playing it on the real Genesis. I lift this up like it matters. The real Genesis is behind here where you can't quite see it. This was developed and published by Sega for release in the U.S. U.S. release was 91, right? I guess I'll put a caveat that, like, I guess I'll put in the caveat that, like, they won't let you die. You will be stopped. They'll cut you off at a point where, like, monitoring your vitals, you would die. I think at that pace, though, right? At that pace, I'm probably down to... Oh, yeah. It's... I would be down at that rate per volume. I would probably eat until I was very, very sick. And I'm not the biggest fan of cream of mushroom soup. But also, like, it has to be a, it has to be a thing where it's like, it has to be a one-time only deal, right? It can't be something like, oh, you can do this as often as blah, blah, blah. So 4 liters. A little over 1 gallon. I assume your body would, like, pull the trigger a little earlier than, like, the health limit, right? You'd be like, I don't feel so good, and then it would just, like, you'd get backed up. Also, I have to say this, right? If this were a thing that actually, like, came to pass, right? Do Europeans vomit differently? Sorry. No, oh, I have one of these already. Hey, Suki. We're having a real messed up discussions here. Welcome. But yeah, like, okay. How do you set this up in a way that, like, okay, here's my thought, right? You start with 4 liters, right? You start with 4 liters being $25,000 per tablespoon. And then what do you cut it in half each tablespoon before that? So that the first one isn't worth much. And then each subsequent one is worth more and more and more, up to 4 liters, basically doubling your value. right? How much would the first one be? How much would the first one be worth? Oh, no. I was 200... Let's assume per gallon, right? We'll start with a gallon. The last tablespoon of the gallon, number 256, is worth like $25,000. And everything up to that point should be worth $25,000 as well, which means it has to be half each time, right? And you'll end up with roughly $25,000 as the initial. Or am I doing that math wrong? Or is there a way that we can, like... Let's say... It would be like pennies per... If it doubled, it would be like... pennies per tablespoon at the start, right? There's 4 battle themes. First is the battle start if you're not surprised. There's difficult, balanced, and winning themes. Based on so this is battle start. We weren't surprised. So oh no. Well, so if it was $100 a tablespoon, it would be $25,000 for a gallon, right? And we surmised that we surmised that No, we're talking about how much cream of mushroom soup would you eat for some unknown price per volume? What's your cutoff point on cream of mushroom soup? Where does it become too disgusting? Where does it become too disgusting to, like, continue eating? Right? So it's like, the question then is, like, $100 a tablespoon? $1,000 a tablespoon? Surely there's some price at which you'd eat some amount of cream of mushroom soup. And once that price is reached, how much for another one, right? $100 for a brief, unpleasant experience that isn't dangerous is like, right? A brief, unpleasant experience that is not dangerous is easy to equate to a dollar value, right? Yep, $100 for a spoonful. But then, like, what if the next spoonful was $200? Yes, that's right, Waller's Custard. And we were saying it's roughly a gallon. Roughly a gallon. The worst game that I'd play for $100? For an hour? Give me $100, I'll play any fucking game you want that can be streamed on Twitch. I mean, shit. 38 cents for the first cup of soup. Doubling every cup. Is that by cups then? Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, right? 4 hours is roughly like... Time doesn't matter. If I'm getting paid to play something, it's about the rate, right? It's about the rate and how that equates to the rest of streaming's pay rate. So, like, if you want me to play something that's bad for streaming, right? If you want me to play something that's bad for streaming because it will make streaming less valuable, then it has to make me at least the amount of money that streaming regularly does otherwise, right? So, like, let me see here. For $58 an hour, I'll stream any game you want 8 hours a day during the weekdays. As long as it's, you know, valid to stream. $58 an hour. Oh, no. I'm I think the difference, Dino, I think the difference is the total, like, rate, right? There are very, very few games that I would turn down for $100 an hour for streaming. And like, especially if it was unbounded, right? But fuck, man, if it's gonna be like... if it's gonna be like, hey, do this thing and get like 1,000 people to sign up and you'll get $2,000, it's like, no, I don't want to do that. That doesn't work out in my favor most of the time. I mean, it's advertising, right? It's metrics-based advertising. Get this many new account signups, we pay you this much, right? They want proof that the advertising worked, and that's not super unusual. The problem is that a lot of games have been moving away from that model, and they're moving toward, like, oh, we're going to pay you this amount base, and then for every person who reaches level 20, which takes 8 hours or 6 hours, we'll pay you this much extra. And it's like, I don't want to ask people to do that. Doing a tutorial and doing a new sign-up with an unverified email address takes 5 minutes. That, it's like, if somebody wants to, like, blow off their evening and, like, support me by pushing the button a lot, I think that's a fair trade for, like, folks who might want to support the stream but don't have just, like, don't have the cash on hand resources but would like to convert their time into something valuable for someone else. I don't think this game is, like, bad. This game isn't... It's not bad in a, like, unfixable way. It's It just requires a little imagination. Look at the cool sprite and imagine if it was animated. Look at the town and imagine if it, like, matched the area you're in. Stuff like that. Where some games are bad in ways that can't really be mitigated, you know? This game, I think, would benefit greatly from a remake where they just redid the whole game except with, you know, more attention to detail and, you know, more attention to detail and just better assets and more time and stuff. But it's not like... It's not bad, right? It's just rushed and cheaply made. But yeah, like I said, like, if somebody was like, hey, we'll pay you $100 an hour to stream this game as long as you want to stream this game, I would never stop streaming that game. Just to be clear, right? As long as they weren't stipulating, like, you can't stream anything else, in which case I'd stream that game for, like, 2 years, and then be like, okay, now we're going on to something else. But, like, shit. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get these numbers. Okay, here we go. So let's look at... Here's why, if allowed to, I would stream... Here's why, if allowed to, I would stream a tremendous amount of $100 per hour game. Because I'd be making $164,000 a year. Possibly more. Yeah, I'd be making like $150,000 to $160,000 a year. Like, man, I'll play any game. Any game. 8 hours a day. 5 days a week. Come get it here. As long as I don't have to worry about some kind of secondary metric, like, oh, you must get this many viewers, or any of the other stress-inducing bullshit, then, like, yeah, fucking sign me up. I'm doing... I'm doing it. I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Think of it this way, Shipboy J, right? It's not the game itself, right? It's not the game itself that's going to become soul-crushing. It's all the other shit that's going to surround it. Like, just doing a job is soul-crushing not because of the work that you're doing, right? It's because of the office politics. It's because of the management structure. It's because of the meta aspects of doing a job, right? So, take away those meta aspects and take away the meta aspects and it's like, shit, man, never. Never. It's never going to be worse to stream than it is to do some office job meta to meta. But if you start adding conditions on, right? If you start adding conditions on, like, oh, but you have to have this many viewers, or, like, your viewers get to XYZ, or blah, 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 right? If it's just playing and streaming a game, it's... If you're just playing and streaming a game, it's nice, honestly. I was gonna say the funniest randomizer to me would be like more about the I would say more about the like conditions of the randomizer than the games involved specifically. But like, for example, oh, she's only got 4. Okay, we gotta get out of here. For example, get like 10 Amiga games that all have generation damage in them, right? Change game on damage. Right? So if you've got like 3 games where you're taking damage, you're now swapping games every frame for most of them. A shuffler that contains every... Yeah, that's true, Hictor. A shuffler that contains every ZX Spectrum game. Jubo. What is the Beavis of the British Beavis called? Bollocks and Bumhead. Baza! Yeah, Baza. There's like 10,000 games on the Zeddy. And have it shuffle on, like... Have it shuffle on... Like... How do I put this? On, like... Character state change. So if you take damage, if you die, if you... Whatever changes about your character. You level up. Also have it... change on every like 30 seconds regardless, because you have to account for things like strategy games, text adventures, a bunch of shit like that. Not every turn, right? Like if your character state changes, or if your location changes. Hey, Christ Series, how's it going? So like, if you go to a different room in a text adventure, if you go to a different level in an action game, if you if you clear a campaign in a turn-based strategy game. But also every 30 seconds, so, like, you have just enough time to, like, kind of figure out what game you might be in. Love the poison mechanic in this. Oh, yeah. On modal changes, too. That would be good. Like, you're playing Civilization and you click on a city to go to the city menu, and it's like, yep, that's a modal change. Now you're in a wizardry dungeon. Got in combat? Modal change. See, it'd be interesting with, like, text adventures. It would be interesting because you'd have your, like... You'd have your previous commands and their results on screen when you switched back to it, but you'd have to remember what you were doing and why you were there from the previous... From the previous turn. Yeah, text adventure shuffler, where it, like, shuffles every 5 turns regardless. Love poison. Poison's my favorite mechanic in this. Text. Text adventure shuffler, where it keeps the backlog of commands you've entered and stuff you've done in different games. So it's just one continuous running log of a bunch of different games all together. So you, like, look, and it shows you something, and then it switches games, and now you've got the description of the last thing you looked at in your log, and you're like, wait, shit. So you look again. That's just playing text adventures made by a different company anyway. They're like, look object is confusing. We should have examine object instead. And then another company is like, looking at the object is just a cursory glance. But examining the object is an in-depth examination. So those should give different and differently important results at different times. Idiot Village. Devel. Diesel Mouse. Vidal Vono. I like that one vest. Oh, Chubo, try adding rotoscoped to that. Try adding rotoscoped to that and see what you get. I've found that rotoscoped does exactly the opposite of what it should. And it also, like, makes everything really weird for some reason. Somebody asked about the grinding target. Noman asked about the grinding target. 40,000 Masada. But grinding will get a lot easier once we have 20,000 Masada, hopefully. Or we'll cancel the goal of 20,000 because we'll be some things that are held to be true about a specific weapon will not be true. Oh, that's a good question, Arc Nova. Would using Ren's combat techniques be helpful, do you think? In, like, making it go faster? I guess it would be better to have gyres and anti than just a max power res. I'm doing that just for the anti. He's got melee and time. Oh. Ah! Shoves! Koople! A weird fucking goblin! It made everything weird! What do the techniques even fucking do? That's the hint guide. I want the manual. Techniques. Melee. Why are they called melee? 1 damage. 1 enemy. All foes in 1... Gra. I want maximum Gra. We're gonna try maximum Gra. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? I don't know how I didn't retain that idea until just, like... I'm sure I've thought of that before. But I don't know how I didn't, like, keep that in the front of my mind at all times. I end, right? Yeah. Oh, nice! That's awesome, Chris Series. How much you want to bet? We'll try it here. Gra. Everyone. 5. Useless. Absolutely fucking useless. There would have to be 10 enemies for it to equal the same amount of total damage as one shot from his gun. And these enemies have that much health. These enemies have 50 health. God, useless. Pointless. 5. Oh, 31. Maybe giants are just magic resistant? Oh no! Oh no, look at that center guy! Look at his awful facial expression. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. No. Well, that made it pointless. He goes back to attack after doing it once. So boy Jay, don't give him any ideas. Don't give Bing or Chubo any ideas. Do you really want to see toes of teeth? Hey Hesh, how's it going? How did your Lands of Lore go? This is the perfect opportunity. Okay, we're just gonna... I don't like their long necks. Yeah. I could agree with that. Okay, what does Gyra's 12 do? Fuck all. Okay. What about Res 6? Fuck all also. So that makes this less effective. Yeah, that's probably accurate. I think I agree with that in a general sense. Interesting. That's probably for the best, honestly. It's probably the best way to experience the game. What I would recommend if you're going to go that route is I would recommend, if you're still in the Draracle Cave, I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Basically, Akshel is a pain in the ass to start out with, but he's best endgame, as far as I know, because he uses magic, and he gains magic experience faster, is the thing. So, like, gaining magic experience faster is really important because it allows you to use better magic later. He also gets more MP than anyone else. And later in the game, it almost always devolves into use your biggest magic and then rest when you run out of MP. It gets much easier later, because what happens with magic MP is as soon as you get Fireball or Lightning Bolt or Freeze, any one of those three spells, and I forget which one you get first. Once you get a better spell, you can hit all the enemies in a square. And there's a spot in the Herbish Mines where you can summon multiple enemies in the square next to you and then just blast them with AoE magic. And they're like individually weak, but it gets you a lot of magic XP. So that's very easy to level up. However, Kieran and Michael are slow at leveling up magic XP. Yo! Oh, is that the Oily Idiot Village? I like the guy in the Superman outfit on the bike in the background. Okay, it's still like only 30% that it works. So leveling up Ante just isn't fucking worth it. I don't know that technique balancing does anything for stuff that isn't like... For stuff that isn't like... numerical in nature. I don't know that it even does anything. Bubbling crude. They're, those dudes are the guys from, I like that smoking ram water tower thing. The guy who has a guitar with no body. The wolf man who's reaching into the foreground to play Beavis's guitar. Very good. It's, those dudes from Altered Beast. They jump on your head and chomp your head. It's the clumps that are giving me the most. Stuff, right? Oh. Are you gonna go to the shoe pee? Look at that horrid, like, beavmo in the car. In the beat up old car. I can't explain why, but every single animal with someone riding on it, they're riding it wrong. Also, I like the fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Ziggurat in the background. I mean, that's what it is, no? The ziggurat. Alright. We gotta head back. Ziggurat is like, you know South American pyramids? Where they're like terraced almost. I think a ziggurat is a natural or man-made feature which has that kind of Uval Vach. Hey, Chubo, can we get an image of the idiot village ziggurat? Right? Maybe I'm wrong. Let me double check. I sometimes have, like... Yeah, it's a stepped tower surmounted by a temple. I guess they're all man-made, not natural. Wide car, yes, yes. Gyres is never useful. Which one of these hits a line? Wrong thing. Zan. Let's try Maximum Zan. They're like a particular type of architecture. It's not incorrect to associate them with sacrificial pyramids, but they're like the style of building of like a stepped design with a temple at the top. Typically with a temple at the top. So like Mesopotamia, South America, those type of structures, but not the ones that are like just a pyramid with an angle on it. Oh! Why are they wearing those helmets? Why are they wearing those helmets? Good. I did some I did a thing where I was trying to get it to design like a really unsafe water slide. I got some good results out of it. I got it to put many of them like emptying out over the edge of a tall cliff. That worked out well. Oh no. Okay. We're gonna Zan these dudes. Unless... Okay, 43? What is wrong with Butthead's abdomen? I like that skull dude in the bottom right, though. That's pretty sick. Cast Zan on the back row. Okay, do that. Do that. That's manageable. The problem is that Ren is indeed the slowest guy. It does speed it up significantly, though, and reduces the amount of... Because combat magic techniques are... cheap. And healing techniques are expensive. So lowering the amount of healing that I have to do is preferable. I do remember now, though, that, like, putting all of Ren's points into, putting all of Ren's points into Foy is probably best, because then he can do, like, massive boss damage when you get to them, and that scales with his level. So by the time you get to, like, Generation 2 or Generation 3, he's, like, largely out-leveling people and can just wipe bosses right the fuck out. Yes. You know, it kind of does, right? Like, hey, make healing spells more expensive. The problem is that the way that they made healing spells more expensive is all healing spells cost 5. This heals a single person for a lot. This heals your whole party for a ridiculously small amount. And also, Raise Dead and Unpoison also cost the same as the single target and multi-target heals. So, like, it very quickly becomes clear. And because Deep Poison and Antidote and Raise Dead don't always work, it becomes very quickly clear that they are useless and you shouldn't invest anything into them. Right. Status cures should be relatively inexpensive, but, oh. Yeah. No. Status cures should be relatively inexpensive at the cost of, like, you know that's going to be less healing you have later, right? And Raise Dead should probably be costly, but always effective, right? Well, that's the thing. I think that status cures should be relatively inexpensive even in combat, because the action economy makes up for the difference in cost, right? If it takes a full turn to cure one person of a status, that's a turn that you're not using offensive magic, or that you're not, like, attacking in some other way. So it has an additional cost, even so. And when you're out of combat, it should just be a matter of, like, resource balancing. And you should have to think about, like, if I cast this, that's like half an HP healing spell that I'm going to cast. But it shouldn't be curing poison is going to cost me... Curing poison might cost me, like, 3 or 4 times a single HP heal, right? And I don't know that in advance because the, like... Because the, it's a percentage-based thing, right? It's one of those weird ways that, like... They kind of duffed it with a lot of the mechanics in this game in the same way that they did with the rest of it, you know? Well, what do we got? I like Beavis emerging from a toilet. And the one dude who's just, like, swinging up on a pole there, that's pretty good. Weird. Why didn't it do what I wanted her to? $13,000. We might get one Royal Needler today, chat. Okay, get rid of that guy. That's good. Sufficient damage on those dudes. We can kill one of them. Yeah, there we go. It depends. Oh, that's good. I like the nude king guy in the background there. Did it again. Cyclops Pumpkin is good too. Nude king of the idiot village sacrificial toilet. What if you put, instead of gang, what if you put like study group or like market research group or like control group? Yeah, what if you put control group? Rotoscoped members of the Beavis and Butthead control group. Oh, it might have a problem with members, huh? I like adding words that don't do anything into stuff that I'm generating, like OSHA violation or like unsafe. This guy are sick. Thank you for the 80 bits.
Neat sculpture.
Yes! Yes! I like how there's a pole through it that's attached a sandwich to it. Good. Good, good. Yeah, we got another one, I guess. I don't even know that name, but that's just a funny statement in a general sense. I'm thinking of Gene Kuntz. That's why I was like, isn't that an author? I have strong opinions about expensive artists. I have very strong opinions about expensive artists. And when I say expensive, I mean artists who do stuff that regular people cannot. Like, oh, I had this grand idea. I put up 20,000 orange flags in the park, and it's like, fuck you. Like, fuck you, dude. It's one that stands out to me because it's like, you only get to do this because you're already a fucking millionaire, and it's just absolute masturbation, and I hate it. I think it's fucking shit. Sacrificial toilet. I like how they're like they're like labeled. We're getting close, chat. We're getting close. 14,000. We only need 20,000 to get the first one. And then we'll know if this has all been completely fruitless. I like what Control Group does to the distribution of the characters there. That's true. That's true. I will have gained all of the XP. I should save it before I buy the Needler, and then if the Needler sucks, we can use all the money to buy armor and other shit, and we'll be like done with grinding for the rest of this chapter. So I want to be clear, right? There is a difference between an artist who does something cool and an idiot with too much money who gets other people to do something stupid for them. And the stark difference that I see is like 2 steps per step. It's true. They're just doing a little, like, they're doing a little shuffle thing. The two examples that I hold in my mind of this, like, the distance between these two things is in the city of Ivano-Frankivsk that I visited for a work purpose back in, like, 2016? It was in between, it was during the lull in the war of Russian aggression. At that time, I visited Ivano-Frankivsk and, like, every year, I think? Every year they have an art festival in the city, which a variety of citizens enter. And they produce different types of art, and primarily statuary, sculptures, and hold on, I gotta actually think about this battle. At the end of the year, before the next festival takes place, the winning sculptures get moved from the, like, central this year's winners area and distributed throughout the city. And so, like, everywhere you go in Ivano-Frankivsk, there's these, like, cool statues of, like, all kinds of different stuff of, like, past artists and poets and heroes of the city's history and, like, interesting representative stuff. And there's, like, in the main city square, there's a giant statue. There's a fountain, and in the centerpiece of the fountain is a giant egg, which is cracked open, and the fountain water is coming from the crack in it, because it's there to commemorate that the undemocratically elected leader, who was a puppet of Russia at the time, the events that led to, like, the revolution in Ukraine started with somebody egging that disliked president or prime minister or whatever. And so, like, it ended up being hugely symbolic of the spirit of the country. And so they made this piece of art, like, artisans in the city made this piece of art with a, like, really clear connection to, like, what it meant. And it's not like, oh, it represents the symbology of blah, blah, blah. It's very close to the hearts of both the people of the city and the artists who made it. And that contrasts to some millionaire putting up 1,000 flags in a park and being like, here's what it represents, it's so meaningful. Right? It was common people who made these works of art in Ukraine. And it's different to me when it's coming from someone of privilege who says, like, I'm so much better than the common man because I can show you how deep my feelings are with all these orange flags bullshit. So I think about that. I think about that frequently of like, you know, there is art that can be actually meaningful and representative and like have a soul. But there's a lot of art that doesn't. I should put art in quotes of that part, but like there's a lot of things that are billed as art that are just monetary wank by people who are rubbing elbows with billionaires. Not a good encounter to get surprised on. Yes, Soppy. Thank you for 71 bits.
Falafel pot pie.
Do you think that's a falafel crust on top of a pot pie? Would that be good? Would falafel crust pie be good? Up. Yeah. Savory pie, like a, Where is it? Hopliz. Hopliz is only, according to this, only 13 Meseta. Doesn't seem right. What else could it be? Clump. Clump is 27 Meseta. That's what the issue is. I see. Clump is the good one here. And we can encounter up to 4 of them. Ritual beef mass. Both! Bull, and both. Idiot beef. I like how it's giving people, like, it's giving them, like, reading material for some reason. I assume control group because they're being, like, studied. Yeah. Falafel pie would be good, yeah. I was thinking about this earlier. Hichther was asking about, Hichther was asking about, like, adding stuff to lasagna. And I thought, like, what if you put, what if you put, like, the ingredients for mahamara as a layer in a lasagna? You know, like, ground walnut and like, red pepper, red bell pepper. We're making what, like a little over 1,000 every cycle? A little over 1,000 every visit. And each visit takes about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. What I wouldn't give for Lloyd's Beacon right about now, you know? Almost cheese time. I think it is cheese time. Okay, question though. If there's any Phantasy Star 3 lords left in the chat. If I don't buy the Royal Needler, if I buy it and it ends up sucking, what other stuff can I buy that's like hyper expensive that you wouldn't normally have money for at this point? I think Force Slasher cannot be used by anyone this generation. And isn't like a huge benefit for the next generation. Okay. Because your money doesn't carry over, right? Generation to generation. Yeah, the experience is a side effect. Oh. A reverse goatsy. Okay, yeah, if the Royal Needler doesn't work out, we'll save for that. But if it does work out, oh! Laura's Lava, thank you for 46 months. That's almost 4 years. Holy crap. Holy crap. Thank you so much. I like the one dude on the right with the, like, weird necklace. Lucky. Thank you for the 46 months. Very good. Very good. Fucker. I guess it's good that it's Ren, because Ren takes, like, the least damage and has the most hit points. Whoa! Oh, that's good. I like how they're all different sizes. Steaming meat beverages. The largest one has his head captured. Oh, what about, Chubo, try Idiot Village Industrial Salami Tunnel. Or Salami Pumping Station. Hey Ben, want a steak? Excellent. Horrifying neural network images. Just how we like them. And yes, I'm grinding. I'm grinding for enough money to get a very expensive weapon that might last for most of the game, if I'm lucky. Oh, I can hear the wind outside. Windy. And then, if that works out, if the weapon is good, then I'll get a second one of them. Eventually. There might be a better place to grind, but this might be the best. This might be the best place available this generation. We'll see. Currently we have 16,000 Masada. We need 20,000 to get the thing. If we get the right encounters, they're about 100 per encounter. If we get the wrong encounter, they're worth like 9 and poison us. And getting poisoned means we have to go back to the town. Low number of attempts, but it appears that even with, like, a large number of points in poison antidote, it's still less than 60% reliable. And costs just as much as healing, so, like, you could cast... It could cost you 10 or 15 technique points to do antidote, where healing like 60 HP costs 5 technique points. So half the time when we get poisoned, we have to go back here and buy an antidote, because when you're poisoned, you don't get back any HP or TP for resting at the inn. And I don't think this town has a poison healer. I like that there's faces and penii in the walls of the tunnel. What do you think, Chet? Do you think floor 2 of the tower will be more lucrative? Oh, that's good. That's real good. Look at those. Ooh. Shelved meat. Oh, the necks. Those are good necks. Eyeballs in the meat's good. I forgot to click on the other ones here. One of those is a cafeteria. That's always good. Yeah, but to get Anti up to 8 to like 9 or 10 strength, you'd need to give up. You'd need to give up being able to heal more than 50 HP at a time with res. And like even at like strength whatever, even at like strength 12, Gyres heals like fucking 15. There's no reason not to put all of your points into res and then just carry a bunch of antidotes. In the past, I have Mystical Matrix. And we'll be doing it for the stream as well. So everyone will get to see all the different endings. Eventually. Interestingly, like, despite gaining 30% more levels than I had when I started, like, Riss isn't doing much more damage at all. Like, I went from, what, 16 to 20-something now? And he's still doing almost identical damage. Which just goes to show how, like, how important the equipment is, I guess. Big question is if Needlers pierce armor. Excuse me, did that just heal 4? No. They healed like 16. It's each generation, at the end of each generation. So it's like, it's like you save at the end of the first generation, that splits in 2, and then each of those 2 split into 2. So there's 4 endings in total, and 3 points at which you save. Yeah, that's basically it. If the Royal Needler sucks, all Needlers suck. If the Royal Needler is good, only the main character can use Needlers, and the Royal Needler is, I think, the best one. So, like, we'll never need to buy another Needler over the course of the game. And if it's good, it'll be a long time before we have to buy a new weapon, I think. Also, I'd like to take issue. I take issue with the fact that cyborgs can become poisoned. Come on. You're a fucking ancient robot who's like 1,000 years old and you can just get poisoned? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I guess one more and then we head back. Oh, yeah, we can fight 3. Easy. The other question is, which generation splits do we do first? Right? Which way do we go at the first generation selection? Because we're gonna do them all. Yeah. I remember most of it. I remember most of it for the first generation. I don't remember how the second generation goes. Or second and third. I have a personal preference of how I always do it. But I think chat might want to see it a little different. So I'll probably take a poll, but we'll see. We'll see. Be careful out there. I feel like this walk slows it down significantly compared to the lake cavern. Hello, Drunkbot. I don't think this game is... I don't think that there's any kind of masochism involved, right? I think this game is good and it's straightforward. It's just... It's a little rushed and rough around the edges. Otherwise, it's a fairly good game. Yeah. I tend to go, I tend to go the non-magical route first. That is my preference. Oh, you don't have to grind. I'm doing something stupid on purpose because I find it funny. And because the way the generation stuff works, it actually does end up being kind of valuable to do it this way. Yeah. I tend to go for the non-magical route first. I don't expect that I'll get a lot of game overs, but then I'm doing some stupid stuff to make... Because I'm going to be playing this so long term, and I'm going to do a save backup at the end of each generation so that I can go back and do the other generations. Grinding now makes a lot of sense because well, that's the thing, right? With this grinding, I don't think anything's going to be super rough. Because I'm going to carry forward the Royal Needlers if they work, and I'm going to carry forward other stuff if the Royal Needlers turn out to be crap. So, like, starting out with an armor-piercing, high-damage weapon that's one-handed in each hand is going to be like, oh, okay, that's not too bad now. And the fact that, like, the cyborgs keep their levels, right? So Mew and Ren are going to be fucking powerhouses by the time we get to Gen 2. So it'll be pretty funny. Like, it's going to... Grinding now benefits me later because I'm going to be using the effects of the grinding for a long time. I'm going to be using the same Mew and Ren for 2 Gen 2s and 4 Gen 3s, right? That's why I'm investing this early on. Which is cool, right? I think that's a cool thing that, like, normally you'd have to do, like... No, I'm just gonna fight. Normally you'd have to, like... If you wanted to do, like, New Game Plus in a game, you wouldn't have the option of, like, okay, we're gonna go back here and do this with all the stuff that I grinded early on. So... Normally, you'd have to, like... Normally, it would be a huge pain in the ass to actually, like, do it properly, but I have save backup, so, like, I can copy the save file off the SD card and then replace it later and return back to the start of Generation 2. So I can have a save for both Generation 2 A path and Generation 3 on the A path, and then 2 saves for Generation B on the A path. So it works out. Shit. This game was really ambitious, you know, like... They certainly tried to do some really cool stuff. They just didn't have the expertise, the budget, or the support that they needed, or the time that they needed to make it great. So it's a good game. It's good largely on, like, potential and ideas. But it also doesn't make, like... It's not... How do I put this? It's not bad because, like, they were arrogant or like made a lot of like big brain decisions to try to like force you to play it a certain way, or that like some parts of it are unbalanced. The magic isn't great, but like I think a lot of that is the result of like just not having a lot of time to make things that satisfying compared to the other games. But also like, man, there's some games you play them and you're like, why did they even make it like this? Why did they, like, gosh, they sure fucked this up. And this game I don't think has that kind of feeling to it. This game makes me feel like, man, I wish they had more time to do this game justice. Because what they started out with, how far they got, was really good. You know, like... yeah, given all the limitations, they made a quite fine game out of it. You know the size? Do you know the size of this ROM bootblacking? You don't want to cast that yet. Not yet. Run a little closer to the edge. And we get poisoned. I don't reckon that we will, because, like, PSO is their seller now. This is 768 kilobytes. Not even 1 megabyte. This game would have fit twice on a 3.5-inch high-density disc. Hello, Salvage Bar. How's it going? If my math is correct. Do you know how big, you know how big Phantasy Star 1, an 8-bit RPG that was released 3 years prior? You know how big that game is? $512 kilobytes. Just 2/3 the size of this. Oh, surely. Surely. The interesting thing about this game, right? I firmly believe that if Sega had done two things with regards to the Phantasy Star franchise, they would have come out of the 16-bit era in a much better place. Oh, that's good. Mayonnaise Village. Love the hot springs at Mayonnaise Village. Okay, hear me out. Alternate history idea here, right? In this alternate history, Sega delays Phantasy Star 3. They decide not to do Phantasy Star 3 as a quick follow-up to Phantasy Star 2. They decide to take another year and a half with it, maybe 2 years, right? So Phantasy Star 3 comes out in 1993, right? Phantasy Star 3 comes out in 1993 as a full game, 2 megabyte cart, like get the proper assets on it, make it just this gigantic ordeal of an RPG with like the highest quality that they could possibly manage. Blow Final Fantasy 2 out of the water with it, right? Just Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, child's play compared to this amazing Phantasy Star 3 game they're pumping out, right? Another 2 years later, Phantasy Star 4 on Sega CD with 32x enhancement, if available, right? Cutscenes, voice dialogue, the whole lot. Top-notch sprite work. Really, really detailed animations. Pushing CD to its limit in high-quality 2D art. Imagine that alternate path. I think Sega would have done a lot better with just that change. Wait. Heal everybody. No, but we do get a Phantasy Star mainline game, Phantasy Star 5, on the Saturn in 3D. You know, I think about that from time to time. I think the problem is that, like, 2D games, retro-style games, made to the quality level that these games were made at the time, are unbelievably expensive to make now. Far more expensive to make than they were at this time. Because, like, now you have to rely on actual professionals when a lot of this was, like, people just getting into the industry and, like, there wasn't really an idea of value to a game. And so a lot of people ended up being exploited, but also, like, a lot of really big games got made because it was... Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Never again. Yeah, now it's a lot of professionals who know their worth. It's not to say you couldn't. It's just that it probably wouldn't be cheaper than making a game any other way. And it would probably sell less? But not like it might make a profit, but if you spent that same money on doing a 3D game, you'd probably make a bigger profit because of higher sales. You know what I wouldn't mind seeing, though, honestly? We're grinding for money. Sorry. I saw your question before, and, like, I meant to answer it, and then, like, I got distracted. Sorry about that. We're grinding for money. We want $20,000. We need 20,000 souls so that we can... Oh, we're almost there. So that we can do the... we can get the Royal Needler. We're going to test whether the Royal Needler is good. And then, if it's not good, we're going to save the money for other equipment. If it is good, we might get a second one before this generation is over. We might not need to get a second one immediately, though. Yeah. What I was going to say is, you know what I wouldn't mind? You know what I wouldn't mind in an RPG? Give me an RPG that looks like fucking Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Right? Like, fuck. You could make some really fucking cool looking shit if you just, like, made it that level of detail and that level of quality. The problem is, of course, right? In that case, the number of characters is super limited, right? There's only a couple dozen characters. Now, when you're making an RPG, you want to have at least several dozen enemies. Otherwise, it gets really samey, you know? But having a, like, traditional animation style look to an RPG now. I guess Ni no Kuni kind of did that. And I thought I don't know much about the game itself, but I thought Ni no Kuni looked fantastic. Like, just from watching videos of it. It's like, hey, this looks like an animation, but it's actually interactive. And, like, again, right, if you were doing that, hear me out, fixed camera angle. Have a fixed camera angle so you can build up all these, like, really, like, good-looking effects without having to worry about them being arbitrarily viewable.
I'm gonna give him 100 bits.
Here's a message for the Royal Needler purchase. Pride 100.
Did Brian just say noodler? Salvage Bar, thank you for the 100 bits. 100 mesetas. Did he say noodler? It sounded like he said noodler. I also didn't like the way he said meseta. So we're going to save the game first. I'm going to save the game first. And then we're going to see about this Needler. Needler loves pomegranates. Be careful out there. I love TTS shenanigans. In case you haven't noticed, chat.
I'm gonna give him 100 bits. I'm gonna go.
Here's another message for Royal Needler Cheer 100.
Oh, we got a hype train. Perfect timing for a hype train. Thank you so much. Thank you, Darkmax, for the 100 meseta. Wait, streaming resources. Hey, we're in a shop, and it's music. I saved it, right? I should save it. I should make sure that I've saved it. I should save it twice. Space Mister, thank you for 29 months. Be careful out there. I know how I'm going to feel about Needlers based on one thing. If it's true, I think I'm probably going to like Needlers. If it's not true, I probably won't like them that much.
My job is to
Akabidi,
train
thank you
for
for the
the
300
fight of
bits.
your life.